Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 1171 Southeast 17th Avenue here in Canby, located at the front of the house. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the home. Well, right now we're just to the right of the front doorway, kind of in this part of the house that pops out closest to the home, and just kind of in from that corner here. Got a 3-inch ABS clean out. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out. Off we go. So just as we drop in here, right up ahead, there's a little bit of a glue drip hanging down there. My camera right now is sideways. It's a very small glue drip. It's at the top of the pipe. It's very common stuff to see in new construction, and sometimes they can be very problematic if they're large enough. The worst ones are where they drip from the top all the way to the flow line and harden that way, and you get a continuous strand top to bottom. Those are or just a big huge chunk of it in the flow line. That little guy there has almost no bearing whatsoever on functionality. Transitioning here to 4-inch 3034 PVC. And as the line comes out, it's angling towards the front left corner. In fact, I was just about to mention the secondary clean out. Angles towards the front left corner of the property to some extent, but if you look at the sidewalk, there's a very obvious big steel cover plate. That's what we just went underneath there. So the line kind of heads towards the front left corner, but it doesn't get to that distance. In fact, by the time the line straightens out, it's lined up pretty nicely with the front door. The last little bit here, it looks like we've been in a standard PVC, and there's the main there at 50 feet on the dot. Now we're going to go locate the camera head really quick while the line drains off, then we'll get another view of everything as we come back in. So far, nice looking sewer line. Alright, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates out here on Southeast 17th, right in line with that secondary clean out. So if you eyeball where the first clean out is and the second clean out, you can basically trace with your eyes the exact route the line takes. Does a little angled shot kind of into the front yard and straightens out just before getting to that clean out. And then from the clean out to the secondary clean out on, the line's moving straight into the road. And you don't normally, not this is a bad thing at all. Typically speaking, you get your white PVC first, and then your green PVC going off into the street. A little bit of a reverse of that, but no problems with that at all. It's just different. When we get back to the clean out here, I will turn the camera around and run backwards back to the foundation wall. Everything beyond that point is exposed plumbing. It's stuff you can see with your eyeballs. I focus on everything that's underground. And that little stringy thing in the flow line there, either a little bit of excess pipe glue, maybe a little bit of Teflon tape, but no big deal. And same thing here, a little bit of excess pipe glue on that turn, but minor stuff. So far, it's a very nice looking line. And one that is free of construction debris thus far. Actually, with that little bit of stringy stuff there a moment ago, may have been a little bit of caulk. Construction debris is a major issue with new construction. It's about the biggest reason you want to scope new construction. I've cambered over 25,000 sewer lines at this point in my career. Thousands and thousands of those are new construction. About 1 in every 4 to 5 will have some kind of problem, but the vast majority of them, it's usually debris related. Alright, at this rate, we're going to go ahead and stop there. The only time I ever start getting way back into these things is if I start seeing debris that's concerning, where I start chasing stuff down to see if there's anything that needs to be cleaned out. Nice clean line. They did a good job keeping this thing sealed up. No gunk got down it. But new construction, the kind of debris you're talking about, it's not a kid's toothbrush like it is on your average lived-in home. The stuff that gets into these things are nightmarish things, like nail gun strips, rebar, concrete, 100 pounds of gravel. That secondary clean out I was just talking about there a moment ago is the #1 culprit for debris getting into the line. They're always in and around where a driveway or a sidewalk is typically, or very close to it. And what happens a lot, and the initial clean out's another problem area too, but that secondary clean out is always in and around where a big concrete pad gets poured and someone will leave a cap off of it. They'll go to do the concrete pour or compact gravel before the concrete pour, and they'll fill the entire sewer pipe, 5-10 feet of it up solid with gravel and or concrete. So it's the kind of stuff that will cause a backup the first time you flush a toilet. Not the kind of thing that takes a while to work its way out. It's instantaneous. So anyway, good on you for doing a scope on these things. Great looking line, good flow end to end. All the pipe we just scoped there is in good condition, intact, clean, and free of structural defects. Sewer line is functioning properly at this time.